Out of pocket?
Yeah, and you get investors.
Niggas don't be wanting to.
It's not hard to find investors when you're Finals MVP.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I think people.
In terms of
invest-
Everybody
manufacturing,
ain't marketable.
No, I'm saying in terms of
Everybody's not.
manufacturing his own sneaker and all that, it's probably not like a obscene amount of bread he has to spend. Me looking at like just overseas like manufacturing and shit like that, I'm not saying it's cheap, but I'm saying it's very possible for him to like create a direct-to-consumer situation where he could have a sizable marketing budget because he doesn't have to deal with a lot of the overhead all of those other
But
companies.
very
know
few
that,
people
and
want to
people-
do that because of the exposure. You putting so much of your money on the line. That's why Kanye, for instance, won't do it.
And sometimes people just want to get involved. Like they rich, they got some extra money, and all right, cool. I got a 5 or 10 to spare. And you get a few of those, and you got a marketing budget.
Yeah. But then direct to consumer, yeah, there's way more risk, but you got to look at like the reward. Like there are people who are signed to, and I'll just connect it to music. There are people who are signed to majors selling like millions of records who don't have any bread. And there are
Right.
people with significantly smaller audiences who do put up their own money for production and marketing and so on and so forth. But because it's direct to consumer, they have way more money than.
But even with that model, most artists still want to go with a major. They still want the budget. They want the advances.
I don't.
Not if
I
you're
don't think
Russell.
that's it. I don't
Not
think
if
that's
you're
as
what?
popular as it
Not if
was.
you're LaRussell. If
The
you're
Russell.
LaRussell cracked the fucking code.
How many Russells we got?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
wouldn't
what's
even.
the-
use Russell.
Rand is independent totally.
And then the other
38
the
Special,
light-skinned
totally
nigga.
independent.
The light-skinned nigga with the
Ice Spice owns all her music.
other
She's
niggas
independent.
Talking about.
It's mad
So
now. You wild.
of all y'all name though, none of them are like major hit artists.
No,
Like
hold
major
on.
Ice
At all.
Spice isn't a
at all
major
because
hit
they,
artist?
they
Ice
like you
Spice,
said,
I
they
don't know if
cracked
she's
the code.
independent.
They selling directly to consumers.
Isn't she
Right.
independent?
So
Ice Spice
he's
owns
getting
her
100%
music. She has a
money.
distribution deal.
So it
Ryan
captured.
Leslie, that's not
Nip used to be that too.
Ryan Leslie.
Nip was selling a
Nip was-
$1,000 album.
So he
Wait,
was one of the few that was able to
distribution
do
deals don't
that
make you
successfully.
independent?
No,
No.
no.
Technically, it does though.
You're independent. You just have a distribution deal. You're not signed to a label.
Nah,
You have a partnership. That's what a distribution deal
Yeah,
is.
independent is fully independent to me, in my mind.
I mean, look at
No.
Cash
No, like
Money.
you gotta sell albums out of your trunk.
Cash
I don't
Money
understand.
was selling it out the trunk, and then they eventually got with Interscope.
You own
or
your
whoever
shit.
they
You
got
have
with
a distributor.
for distribution.
You have a.
That's the code. We keep the
Let's define what's crack the code.
okay.
LaRussell.
What is crack the code?
Meaning, I can go direct to consumer.
A lot of people can do that.
I can
Niggas was doing that
circumvent
before
the
LaRussell.
I can circumvent the entire system. I don't have to rely on it for anything. He actually even circumvented distribution. He does
Correct.
his own distribution.
Correct.
So
Yeah.
he's his own.
He's
But
truly
wait,
independent.
wait, no, and he's not technically independent because LaRussell, I think, is signed to Russ or some
He is.
shit.
He's not signing anybody.
Who?
No, he's
100%
not. He did
independent.
one album with Russ.
He's 100%.
No, I
Yeah,
think
he's one of
he
the
got,
very few.
I think he got his bread from Russ. I'm just saying,
No,
look it
no.
up.
Nah.
I
okay.
generally
Totally
noticed he did
independent.
one album with Russ.
All right, all right.
He's
Well,
totally
real quick,
independent. Right now,
Ice
currently,
Spice signed
he's
with
paying for his own
10K and
tour,
Capital.
everything.
100%.
Ice Spice signed with 10K and Capital Records.
Yeah.
And then
Oh,
turn
okay.
his crib into a actual live venue. The
Right.
Pergola is a real
So-
live venue. Like
Correct.
Yeah, it is.
venue.
Other people tour there and all that.
All that.
Yes.
Is that
Fact.
that's cracking the code?
Yeah.
Because if you ask me, it's Russ who cracked the code.
I would say Russ more than LaRussell because
'Cause
what I
Russ
like
does
about
world tours
what I
and
like
stadiums
about no he's
independent.
signed too.
Wow.
What I like about LaRussell though is he will go online and tell you how little money he's made too though.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fact. But
So-
That's why I'm like, I
So
can't
when
know
he's
if
in the
can say-
red, and
Exactly.
so, yo, this tour date, we spent 19 racks for this.
Yeah.
I made 13,000 back. Like he'll show you.
He'll show you everything.
That shit is ill.
A lot of these artists ain't
I
trying to
think
do
trans-
that.
Yeah,
I think transparency is great, but that's not cracking the code. I think he's just transparent. I would agree with Darnell in terms of Russ.
No, Russ
because
cracked the
cracking the code implies success.
and he's super successful.
Russ,
LaRussell is
no.
super
I would say he is
Whoa, whoa.
successful moderately.
By your standard.
Moderately.
By your standards, yeah.
Bro, to have
If we're saying
Busta
super
Rhymes,
successful,
to have
we would
all
say
of the
Russ.
people that we look up to that cracked the code initially, like Juvenile. Juvenile was at the Pergola just because
We got to start. We got to define crack the code because you're using this
That's
very
what I'm saying.
liberally right
I'm
now.
not using it liberally. I'm saying where you don't have to.
I agree with
For
you.
me, cracking the code is I don't have to 100% rely on you in order for me to get my bread. Like old boy he was a Atlanta artist. He registered his house as the business,
But what's
as
his
the
name?
studio. I can't. it's
So then
off
he
the
didn't
top of
crack
my
the
head.
code.
Nah,
Fuck
nah.
outta here.
You're right, my
Come on,
nigga.
man.
Because
Get outta here.
regardless of how you measure the success, if he's successful doing it, he cracked the code.
Nigga, that's the
A
code.
lot of
being
motherfuckers crack the
cracked.
code then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he didn't have to sign a
fair.
360 deal.
That's why I
Basically,
asked earlier.
he didn't have
He's
to take that
100%
the same
independent.
avenues
I
that
agree,
these
that's
other
cracking
niggas
the
took.
If you're 100% independent
So
and you
it
could
might
pay your
not be-
bills, is what we're saying.
Yeah,
Can
the
pay.
Russell's
Come on,
doing it.
fam. Come on.
I think
That's what I'm
LaRussell's
asking
definitely
you.
paying
I'm
his
saying
bills.
Let's set the benchmark.
And
for
mad
this.
other people's bills.
So
But then to
Yeah.
say
You know what I
just
mean?
because somebody's in the red, nigga, that's business. Sometimes
is
you
business.
up, sometimes you down. But
I
at the
completely
end,
understand this.
at the end, when it's all said and done, if you made a little bit more chicken and
you're
you
up.
can hold on it, you
You're
up.
up.
I agree. So I
I
guess
would-
I
I
guess
would
we all have
compare
different
it-
measures of success.
Would be Russ to me.
Okay.
And I can't argue with that because that's
Yeah,
your
'cause
opinion,
he's-
and that's
Yeah.
where
Successful.
you're placing the value on the one that's currently more a greater success.
Yeah.
And that's cool. You
And
know what I'm
he's been
saying?
doing it longer, and he's been come on.
And he was like
But
Sun's
he was
OG
signed
at
and
one
then
point.
not
He was signed to the.
Yeah.
not signed.
But I
get
think
it.
there's benefits in both. Like I don't have nothing against people who do sign the deal either.
I don't have anything against anybody.
Nobody, yeah.
word.
Sure.
However
I'm
you
just
get the
saying,
bread.
I just think it's dope. Either way, it's dope. You know what I'm saying? Even if you get an independent deal, because that's
Facts.
difficult to get too.
It's a fact.
Yeah.
But I'm not an independent deal like a major label
deal.
deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fire.
Fact.
Because there's mad people that just can't get those.
It's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? So either way, it's dope.
'Cause when
Music
Dipset
is difficult.
signed when Dipset
Koch.
did the Koch deal, like that was,
that was
independent
strictly
distribution.
distribution.
That's an indie deal to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just think the new wave of when I'm selling this shit directly to my consumers,
Yeah.
my homie. That's
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
independent. Shit like that, that's independent.
That's
That shit is
super
fire.
independent. Yeah, that's fire.
Yeah, that's fire to me. Rand sells directly one-to-one to the person. So he gets
Now a
every
lot
dollar.
of people could get that off though.
But he gets every dollar because
Yes.
he's that nice.
Yeah.
He's crafted his own fan base.
Yes.
His market is to appeal directly to them. I don't need anybody else.
Now
That shit is
this
dope
this
to me.
conversation does change dramatically when we're bringing in physical product like a sneaker.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching. If you made it this far, please like, comment, and subscribe. For more content, click over here. And most importantly, sign up for our Patreon. We need the money. Reg, stop lying.